Y'all know who it is. That man in the blue hoodie running these streets. Oh, get better every day. I had to push it today. I wasn't feeling it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all felt today just like I did. Cold, rainy, gloomy, dark. It ain't just the weather and the day you feeling. That's why the Spirit put on my heart. Running through grief and mourning. It's a tough subject to talk about. It's dear and close to everybody, as we've all lost someone close to you. It hit home. I can't speak for everybody. I can't talk about your experience. You lost a parent, you lost a child, you lost a brother, a sister, a cousin, an uncle, an aunt, a friend, a loved one. You've lost someone you love physically in the realm, and it hurts. It's hard, it's painful. You've been carrying it for years. Now it's time to talk about it. Get it off your chest. Get it out your system. Get it off your mind, off your heart. Just talking through it. Funerals. The funeral recession is not for the deceased, but for the living. Think about it. Change your perspective. We all come together for this one that everybody loved. People get together who don't even know each other. But because of this person that touched people, that impacted lives, that loved, that cared, that shared, this person has brought all of these strangers together, has reunited family members and relatives. People travel from afar. They go the distance for death and funerals. I'm talking about going the distance for life. Go the distance for life. That loved one, that parent, that child, that mother, that father, that son, that daughter, that cousin, that auntie, uncle, nephew, niece, friend. Go the distance while they're in this land of the living. But we gonna talk about running through grief and mourning. We gonna get there. I just gotta set this up for you though. Do it while you're here. Don't take regrets with you. And then the people still here, once they're gone, you're living with the regret. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You have an opportunity today. You have a chance today. You have a choice today. But we gonna run through grief and mourning right quick. We gonna run through this. As soon as I cross this street safely, we gonna run through this. I'm really out here. I talk to you. I'm really out here in this cold. God will make a way. I'm walking across. He'll make a way. Yes, he will. I'm gonna talk about my personal experience with grief and mourning, because I had never done it my whole life. I didn't do funerals when I was younger. I went to one, saw my dad's friend in the coffin, and I didn't recognize him. Scared me. I'm a little child. Nope. This ain't for me. But I had a fear of it. I was scared of it. I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand as a child that everybody has an expiration date, that everybody dies. It really didn't register because I was a kid and every day was a play day. Even if it was hard, I got in trouble, but every day I was a child. I was trying to watch cartoons and get cereal and candy, but now I'm older. I've lost grandparents, haven't lost parents, haven't lost siblings. I've lost close friends that I've called brother. Lost some distant family members. But it was one murder, death, that activated something in me. 4 years ago, My little brother Aaron Williams, y'all hear me talk about him all the time. Y'all seen me speak at gun violence rallies. If you haven't, you'll see it on the channel. It'll be posted on here. I'm in Germany. I get this phone call 3 in the morning talking about he's dead. Messed me up. I never expected, I never thought at any point that I would get that phone call. Now, mind you, he's just a friend that I called brother. He was a little brother. He was not my blood. We didn't grow up together. He went to Manual. I went to Manual. I played basketball. He was coming in behind playing basketball. And we had a bond. We grew really close, and he was younger than me, 2 years. I was not expecting that phone call. It messed me up. For the first time in my life, I wept as Jesus wept over Lazarus. I wept. I was in a state of grief and mourning and shock. I sat in my room for a whole day in the dark. Coaches calling me, team calling me. I got practice. I'm not going. I can't function properly. This isn't something I can just pass over and skip over, and I can't practice my way out of this and play my way out of this funk. I can't just work myself out of this and distract myself and keep myself busy. No. I got to deal with this. I'm messed up right now. I can't keep moving forward. I'm stuck, and I'm staying stuck until I deal with this and I'm able to move on from it. I can't move past this. And I think a lot of us, we keep moving and keep ourselves busy and bouncing from here to there and not dealing with it and confronting it and allowing it to just, in some cases, like haunt you or be something that's just hanging over you and an extra burden and a weight that you're carrying. We're allowing this because we keep moving and distracting ourselves from it. We keep working beyond it. I just got to keep moving. If I sit down and think about it, it hurts too much. I'm crying and I'm lonely, I'm hurt. Nobody understands, but nobody can if you won't open up and talk about it. But you got to talk about it to the right people. I ain't saying just start airing your stuff on Facebook and social media. I'm not saying just start a channel and do your self-therapy. No, you have to know who to talk to, and who you talk to, you have to trust and be able to open and confide and confess. It's the only way it's going to help. So I'm stuck. I'm back in my room, 3 a.m. I'm stuck. A whole 24 hours. It activated something in me. It triggered something deep down in me that I didn't even know was even there. I didn't know it was even possible to be triggered this way. It was pushing some buttons and stuff inside of me that it had me moving and just, I got to do something about this, but what? Not revenge. Not going detective and trying to figure it out. Nah, that wasn't it. It was calling me. It was time to start taking life more serious. My life. See, at this point, I'm in my room. I'm not thinking about my daughter, my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time. I'm not thinking about my parents and grandparents. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not even reading my Bible. I'm not praying or anything. I'm stuck on Aaron Williams and his life and what it meant to me, but not only his life, but what my life meant to me. I was stuck. I'm watching my life flash before my eyes, thinking about his life. How I didn't reach out and I didn't reconnect, and how I just left him and kept moving, and I went on to play ball and to go around the world, and I would run into him randomly when I came home and we would say, "What's up?" But there was no real conversation or connection. We never went to lunch or had dinner and caught up. I never asked if he needed some help. I started questioning me, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It activated something in me. This grief and mourning activated something in me. It was time to come home. It was time to get serious. I said, whoa, 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 God, you ain't got to take nobody else. I'm on my way. Now, I'm not saying I can come and fix everything and solve everything, but I can do my part. I'm on my way. I'm done wasting time. I'm done playing games. I know it's bigger than me. I know I have a purpose and a calling, but it wasn't activated until this grief and this mourning process. And a lot of us are still grieving and mourning from 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 4 years, 5 years. We're still grieving and mourning. We haven't got past and we're still stuck, and we tell ourselves that we're living, but are we? Are you? I've had many conversations about this. I still talk about this because it's something that I have to continue, this activation, this process. I'm not grieving and mourning anymore. I'm doing something from that grief and mourning. I've been activated, my purpose, my calling, because I deal with it and I confront it. I talk about it. I didn't know the story of how it happened until 2 months ago when I was doing Bible study with Aaron's little brother. I never knew the story. Miss Juanita, his mother, had never spoke about it for 4 years because she was a mother. She was trying to deal with this and cope with this, and it took time. That healing process took time. It takes time. Now, again, my process is not yours. I'm not saying that, I'm some superhuman or special. No, but this is what happened for me. But I wasn't going to go beyond. I wasn't going to practice another practice or play another game until I dealt with this. I was not. Because nothing else mattered and was more important. Nothing else was more important than me in my life. This is all I have. I live with me for 24/7 hours a day, 365. I'm with me all the time, more than anyone else. I'm with me. This is something I had to run through. I could not run from it. I had to run through this grieving and mourning process. And you got to sit down long enough to run through it and confront it. Because on the other side of that, this activation, your purpose, your calling, you'll honor their life. You'll live in such a way. You'll remember them. They're still with you. You hear them. You smell them. You see them. But you're activated. We can't just keep moving past these things and keep ourselves busy and working and talking and clubbing and partying and drinking and smoking and these habits and addictions. We can't keep numbing ourselves and putting other things and try to cope with. Stop developing coping mechanisms. Let's confront it and address it, and let's run through it. So these are times that we need to sit down when family comes together, but it doesn't have to be your immediate family. It could be Zoom, however it needs to be, but we got to confront, we got to talk about this in a close, secure circle. I do King's Table Talks, and I have brothers that come in that know me, that don't know each other, and we sit and we talk as men, openly talking as men, being able to have a conversation and discuss as men things going on in your life, how you're feeling, the world, the pandemic, the mourning, the grieving, the loneliness, the mistakes, the felonies, the crimes, the trapping, the adultery, the lying, the cheat. We talk about this openly as men, able to confess. Men, we in here crying, hugging one another, telling each other we love each other because we're opening up and learning to love ourselves. We want to be better men. We want to be better fathers. We want to be better brothers, better sons, better cousins, nephews. We want to be better. But that takes us to be able to open up. And you got to have a space to do that. And those that you trust, that's not going to judge you. It's not going to look down on you. That's not going to make fun of you. That's not gonna run and go tell your business somewhere else to somebody else. That's gonna keep it right there and keep it 100. Love y'all. We running through grief and mourning. G-Bed, get better every day.